The reason why I'm concerned about the youth is that they are the engine of growth. They are in their productive age. And that is even the danger we're going to face. Because if the young ones in their productive age is not produce anything, when they get old, without anything to fall back on, that's when the crisis starts. The priorities of our youth are wrong. Very talented set of people. I must tell you, they're very talented, very energetic, but are on the wrong lane.
Which means the way I'm looking at this thing and understanding all you're saying, in as much as we have a leadership problem, the major problem is the people and the followership problem.
It's the people. They are the ones who can decide to change the society. We have 93 million registered voters. The entire political class is not up to 3 million. So how can 3 million be manipulating 90 million people? It's because those 90 million people are worse than those 3 million.
Are you saying that we cannot deal with our own insecurity without outside help?
Is it not obvious? Why do you need an entourage? What are they going to do for you? Why don't you protect everybody in the society and you move freely?
Are you still a Labour Party or you have left Labour Party? Because we've been hearing coalition,
Today, I'm a member of Labour Party.
And then you still subscribe to the coalition?
I believe that all oppositions should come together.
If that coming together, there's Oga Atiku, there's the former Senate President David Mark, there's everybody coming together, and you now the thing they are putting in front of you shows that they are putting Nigeria first, and they are not making you the flag bearer. Would you still support it?
Ladies and gentlemen, citizens of Nigeria, of Africa, and of course of the world, you are welcome yet again to another incredible jaw-dropping episode of the Clarity Zone podcast. This is probably the only podcast on the internet where we really, really think. We speak and we do it so that we can heal and, well, gain clarity on matters that concern you, that concern me, and that concern each and every single one of us in this world. My name is BB Ray, your favorite ray of sunshine, and as usual, I am not doing it alone. Joining me is that internationally local, or should I say locally international, brains and beauty to match, passion in bundles, is the one and only Baby Lawyer.
My people, how will not do? We don't land again. If we know land, waiting for happen. But of course, you know, this is the Clarity Zone podcast, and we're here to have a wonderful time. Today will be the bomb. You get why?
You get why?
Look, there's nothing you can do about it.
Also joining us is the man that you love to hate, or should I say hate to love. Whether you love him, whether you hate him, one thing that is undeniable is his journalistic prowess, okay? He is going to make you laugh, cry, but most importantly, make you think. Is it one and only? Organic.
I know with Dash You Plaza. Don't worry, God will do it. Plaza and Alaba.
Plaza. Yes.
Now, today on the show, today is not just a regular show, okay? This is Understanding Our Leaders with the one and only Peter Obi. We're sitting down with a man whose name has become synonymous with movement. He is a true leader.
True.
Whose calm conviction and data-driven insights and people-first philosophy have honestly reshaped Nigeria and the way that all of us as Nigerians think, speak, and think about governance and also accountability, most importantly. From his time as governor in Anambra State to his unforgettable presidential run back in 2023, Peter Obi has undeniably inspired millions, and he is joining us today. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Nayokute.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
It's great to have
Thank you
you.
for inviting me and having me. I decided to be part of this show today.
You're chilling with us.
we appreciate you mostly because we know how your schedule is usually very, very tight.
Yeah.
Very, very tight, especially days like this.
But with Nedu giving you hell every day, let me just go and settle this man so I can have peace.
I love that.
Anyway, welcome, sir. We want to have this conversation with you. Bibi has tons of questions that I'm sure she has like over 50 questions that she's written that she was asking. But one thing that stands, that is, before I forget, one thing that is very, very important for me that I think we should kick off with is the youth. and youth engagement in politics. I mean, a lot of things happening in the country. Over 140 million people are poor. We have strike going on that nobody's talking about. You have the doctors threatening strike. You have this happening. You have that happening. You have us being ranked as one of the places where life expectancy is too low. A lot of things going on. But what we are talking about in Nigeria is whose iPhone 17 is original. We are talking about a TikTok challenge. We are talking about money and water. I'm not saying money and water is not is a beautiful thing. If you have money, it's beautiful. Spend money. Shout out to Chief Priest, by the way, he's my friend that has the song. Nice song. But why do you think that the youths, they are here? Politics is here. Then tomorrow, they are the same people that will complain that the country is bad. Our leaders are cheating us.
Well, it's a very simple answer. Is misplacement of priority. When a nation has lost its course, the majority of the population will follow suit. When you have wrong measure of success, when we live in a society where rascality, bad behavior, all sorts of things have become a measure of success. We live in a country where people think that being wealthy or being rich is by having money. So if you have money, it doesn't matter how you make it. Doesn't matter the process through which you acquire it. As long as you have it, and possibly you can share it, you're rich. You can even buy anything. Buy your way to anywhere. So we are celebrating what we are not supposed to celebrate. The least in us have become a role model. The worst in us have become a role model. So nobody cares about what you do. So you need to change that. You need to bring back values that drives the society. You need to bring competence, all this integrity, character. These are things that make a society wealthy. And you need to pursue the right things. That's the only way you're going to change it. You can't just turn around millions of people from poverty to something without first changing the mindset. And you start investing in the critical areas of development, which is health, education, and pulling people out of poverty. And this has to be done in an organized manner. And you can only do so by having a competent leader who understands this is the way to go. We have the capacity to drive it, have the character, commitment, and compassion that this must happen. If you don't, you're wasting everybody's time.
You said we'll have a competent leader that will drive it for us to have that.
You have to have it has to be complete. It's not just competence. You have to have the capacity. You have to have the compassion. You have to have the commitment and the character. These things are not just something, okay, you might know that this thing is right, but you don't have the capacity to do it.
To execute it.
To execute it. It's just very simple.
So none of the leaders that we have now can?
Well, I can't say none of. The leader, there are not many of them who, you can, maybe, now you know if you go to school.
Yes.
When you have 90%, you have an A. If you have 70%, you have an A.
You have an A as well.
True.
Which means, I read philosophy. It says that when something is over 75%, you can generalize without committing fallacy of generalization. Because they know that that number is there. You need the greater number thinking and behaving the other side. But most importantly, you need a leader that can drive that process and believe in it.
Yes.
It is a critical thing. People have always asked me, can one person change it? That's well, I'm not saying that it is not difficult. But as a governor in Anambra State, the people that supported me returning schools to the missionaries that funded and owned the school were not up to 10% of the people who are supposed to support me. We took it in ESCO. I failed. I formed the committee. They said you can't do it because these are schools that were taken over in 1970. And I was governor after the year 2000. So clearly from 1970 to 2000, how long has it been? You're talking about over 30.
Yes, over 30 years. Yes.
By the time I returned school, it was about 40 years. So people said, no, it's taking too long. You cannot return it. I formed the committee. They told me, I don't think it's possible. The teacher said, no, you cannot. If you go into my history of my government or governance, you will see that teachers were on strike for a long time.
Okay, that was why.
Doctors were on strike for a long time. Because NUT said, if you do it, nobody will go to school and you live here.
Wow.
And of course, I've been having a lot of issues with people. And I said, listen, one morning, I got up and said, I'm returning to schools. Went to to the House of Assembly. The speaker was not there. Deputy speaker did not participate. Most of them, I got just 10 of them to believe in what I'm doing. And we changed it and we returned schools. And that changed everything we're doing in education. We had the same issue with doctors who thought I was supporting missionary hospitals and they called it the thing. Because we didn't have one single school of nursing or midwifery when I became governor, functional. We didn't have school of health technology. And I remember that the number one school of midwifery that produced the first midwife in Nigeria was in Iyenu, owned by Church of Nigeria. And I decided I'm going to resuscitate it. And they said it belonged to the church, it's not public one. So, I mean, if you do AI, and I will show you that Peter worked with missionary schools and everything. And today, it's a different ballgame.
It's a different ball game today, obviously. And I mean, while you're talking, I was listening, and earlier before we started, we were talking about youth. And one thing that I know about you is that you've so much surrounded. Almost everybody that works with you are youth. They're young people. I know a few of them that work with you. And then you have, personally, I know that you have this passion for youth. And you mentioned something earlier while we were talking, that if American politicians are going for debate, they do it most time in the university. But our own university here, nah.
Concert.
It is the youth that will seize the moment. They need to seize the moment. The reason why I'm concerned about the youth is that they are the engine of growth. They are the engine of growth. They are in their productive age. And that is even the danger we're going to face. Because if the young ones in their productive age is not produce anything, when they get old without anything to fall back on, that's when the crisis starts.
But the argument that could be made is that youths are not given the opportunity. Nigeria is not as green as it was previously. Because
Well, I'm not trying to interrupt you. They need to actually look at their priorities. The priorities of our youth, they are wrong. Very talented set of people. I must tell you, they're very talented, very energetic, but are on the wrong lane. Deliberately so, on their own.
Oh.
Because they prioritize what I call same behavior of those who don't want them to succeed. Youth change society everywhere. They say, because the abuse that people of my age, the destruction that they are doing, will take his revenge on you. I just said it in an interview yesterday. We are borrowing money. Do any of Nigerian youths know about Nigerian bond?
At least I do.
No. Let me.
Aside us, of course.
You have your phone on.
Yes, I do.
Can we do anything? Can we say what is payment time for Nigerian Euro bonds?
Okay.
If you can.
But I would like to make a point on behalf of the youth, speaking for the youth.
No, I want him to share. I want him to see it so you will see.
Okay.
If you can, if you can go.
Payment time. You said what is payment time for Nigerian Euro bond?
Euro bonds.
Okay.
Maturity time. For Nigerian Euro bonds.
Nigerian bond. Okay.
That is issued.
Okay. Maturity. What? Okay.
What years?
What is the maturity time for Nigerian Euro bond? No, it's another type now. Just use voice and do the AI.
Yeah, that's good.
What is maturity for? Okay, it said there's no single answer. Euro bond each has its own tenor.
Yes,
5 years, 7 years, 10
years. Can I
years.
give you the tenors?
Yes, there's 5 years, there's 7 years, there's 10 years, there's 12 years, sometimes 30 years. Typical maturity range in Nigeria, Nigerian's case, is 5 years, 7 years.
No, there's so many Euro bonds now that Nigeria is not issuing.
Okay, this
But there's one
this
that
must
is
have been
5
old
to
one.
30 years of maturity.
No, so we have now ones that are maturing
Yes.
in 1950,
It's 30
1950
years.
something.
Yes.
All these people who are issuing, would they be there at that time?
No.
No. So somebody's going to pay it. And those who are going to pay it are not even worried about it.
And the debt is going to be on all of us.
No, not on all of us. We'll be gone by then.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
All of us, the young people.
Yeah, so you're not even asking this money we're borrowing and chopping and you're dancing. Who's going to pay it? Are you going to pay it by dancing?
And the funny part is you're collecting this money. The people that are giving you this money, they sign this contract. They don't just give it to you. There's a collateral.
So people are issuing 30-year bond, 20-something year bond, and the people who are supposed to pay these debts are not worried about the debt. So your father is borrowing money, using it to enjoy himself, take more chieftaincy title, and you're not worried about it. So the day he dies, you're still celebrating, creditors will appear and say,
where's our money?
Your father is owing us. You know?
But that actually, for me, illustrates why it seems as though Nigerian youth are so detached. We are inheriting an already bad situation. By virtue of it seems as though the country has, because the country wasn't always like this.
No, that it is. Look at what I said. they should be the one questioning those things.
Not waiting for it to happen.
But they're the ones who are celebrating it. They should be the ones saying, no. One, most of them are more educated, more exposed.
Yes.
So they know what is happening in every other part of the world.
Yeah.
But choose
To ignore.
to be insanely complacent about it. So you see him, he said he doesn't care who is in charge. He doesn't care about what is happening, or Peter Obi doesn't give anybody money. So let me go to somebody who gives money. Whose money is he giving you? Did he print any money? Was he born with any money? Whose money is he giving you? He's just collecting you just ruin your future. That abuse you are allowing him to do, that corruption will take his revenge on you. I went to school. I went to the University of Nigeria in Nsukka. And I went to J. Allen in Enugu and bought a Volkswagen car for 2,700 naira, brand new, paid, drove it to university. Everybody knows AN 700 SA. That car one day in university, nobody knew what happened. The car got missing.
Ewo.
I went to Umano Motors, bought a 505 SR, brand new, 7,500 naira.
As a student then?
As a student, everybody that was in Nsukka when I was there knows who I am. There was a lot of us who were driving good cars. Chris Okotie, Emeka Nwobodo, Emeka Nwanko, by Honda Prelude. By the time I was in my final year, you go and buy BMW at 12,000 naira. It was easy. Everything was working. So, and I live in the same society where 2,500 naira, 700 naira cannot buy you croissant. So I went the other day to have a small croissant bread in a what do they call it? Something there's something they call that place. I went there, it was 3,500. I said, I used to buy this. I told him, I used to buy this in one tabak. So I just said, okay, end of croissant.
End of croissant.
Okay, sir. With everything that you've said here and the history you've given, the good times you had in school, in UNN and all of that, can we now say that, not to offend you, your generation, maybe not you exactly, destroyed what we should be enjoying now? Because my father went to IMT Enugu, graduated, and the government gave him a 505 Peugeot for graduating well.
Okay.
There were other people who enjoyed UNN in your time.
Let me tell
1980s
you. Yes.
Thereabout.
You're not saying something. Yes, you're right. But you're collaborating with the destruction.
Okay. How so?
Because you would have said, no. Like I said, if you look at what is happening in China, in other countries of the world, Indonesia, Asia, it is the youth that are protesting. It is youth that say, no, it cannot happen. We cannot continue this. That is not the life, because we want the future. How do you have a country that have the highest number of poor people living in any nation, and yet they accept everything thrown on them?
So are you saying, I mean, you said something just now. You say it's the youth that, which means we're just complacent of everything, we're just sitting back and taking everything. Are you in Nepal? Not too long, the youth stood up one day and said they were tired.
Yeah.
No, not just doing Nepal way. When there's election, they can get up and vote and insist that their vote must count.
How do you
whatever we have, whatever that can make us a great nation, God gave it to us free. Whatever that can make a country great. He said his father went to IMT. IMT was one of the great schools set several years ago. The greatest school in India today is Bombay Institute of Technology. It produces billionaires in India. That institution was set up by, call it colonial masters of British. About the same time they set up Yaba College of Technology.
Yaba Tech.
And so was other college of technology. Set IMT, all this. We are there today. I told somebody just this morning, I said that the biggest vaccine production facility in the world today is in India. That was set up almost 20 years after Nigerian vaccine facility was set up in Yaba. That's where they produce the vaccines they used to fight smallpox, chickenpox, everything.
And all of that, yeah.
Produced in Nigeria, even exported to other countries. Somewhere along the line, somebody decided, oh, we need to overhaul the machines. Imported new machines. They never installed it. They are still in cases of over 30 years.
So that just shut down like that?
That's the country because it's easier to import. And the youth of today don't know and try to. If I call them to a meeting and say, let's discuss, they want it to be in a posh restaurant. If I call them and say, let's do this, Nedu, I've been showing somebody an example because I'm going to give it to you to read. I was traveling with a young man, a young fellow, and I said, we arrived at a particular airport, and I said to him, oh, we're going to go into the lounge, the business class lounge. I was in business class. And there was a fantastic restaurant outside, not in the lounge, outside the lounge, with fantastic food. And I said, oh, this will have nice food. Fantastic. He said, let's go and sit down and eat there. And I said, it's going to cost us. They actually say $100, €100 per person, and you eat whatever you like. And I said, but in the line, the food is free. So
obviously,
why are we going to eat this one? He said, no, the food in the lounge is not okay and everything. But I said, but it's free. So we should. He said, no. I said, let me tell you, that $100 or €100, if you take it to your village, it will change people.
But what if he just wants to spoil himself?
I said, no. We argued. I said, I know a motherless baby soon. I know people in your village who needs that money. So after an argument, reluctantly, he followed me to the lounge.
Yeah.
I'm going to show her. I don't want you to call name, but I want you to see. I want you to see. So reluctantly, he agreed with me, followed me to the lounge, and we had very good enjoyment. And he took it upon himself. So he say, eventually, he's now, I said, that $100, you won't believe what it will do in your village. So,
You've seen something.
You have seen something.
You've seen something.
So you see where he donated it?
Yes.
He donated that $100. That is the equivalent.
160,000 now.
160,000. That was what I said. And I said, please tell my people, tell them I love them. I want to visit them.
Next month.
I said, you see what? And that's what happened to me. The way I'm traveling, and somebody says to me, oh, Peter, why are you not traveling this way? it's just a difference of 100 or 200,000 naira. I say, where is your village? And he will say so. So we'll get to the village square in his place. And I say, okay, these are women and young people selling products. Let's give them 20,000 to support their business. And what you will see, what am I trying to say? We must prioritize our life.
Okay.
We must do those things. So if I call you to a meeting now and say, let's discuss Nigeria, the first thing you tell me is that, where are we going to meet? And I said, why don't we meet somewhere around the Ajogunle? Say, oh, I've never been there. Why not in the island? But that's where we have the problem.
And you can see Nedu's face too.
I mean, okay, well,
you guys also, I'm not good.
I mean, we understand where you're coming from.
Yes.
So we must start discussing the problem.
But you see this thing that you
Our
said.
politics is preoccupied today about position. It's preoccupied about the next election. So nobody is discussing poverty. Nobody is discussing, do you know, if anybody sees me now, Peter, is what you would do to be president. What you do, let's discuss what we are going to do when we're there. That's why when people get there, they don't know what to do because it was not discussed
Before they got there.
there. That's why when they go there, you start seeing somebody saying, when I got there, what I saw. What were you seeing before when you were going there? This is not to be discussed.
But you said when you were governor in Anambra State, I mean, the teachers were on strike, the doctors as well. And for you to transfer the schools to the missionary, you just needed 10 people that believed in you. That was the state. Do you think it will be easier being a president? It will be worse. I mean,
what I'm saying that if you're determined to do the right thing, just know that you're going to come with consequences. People are not going to like you. As governor, I can tell you, people don't like me. Even till today, the elites don't like me. They don't believe in what I'm doing. So when I was governor, they didn't like me. They didn't want to see me.
Sorry, sir, please, when you say the A-list, who
The
exactly?
elites. The elites. Those who are living off the confusion. Because when you bring a change, you have for enemy all those who live off that order.
Okay.
Because the people live off it.
obviously.
So you're going to stop them. When you start investing money in health, in education, in pulling people out of poverty, like today we have criminality all over the place.
True.
We have issues across the country. North, east, west, predominantly more in the north. And what do you think is driving it? Poverty. The natural means to fight criminality is to pull people out of poverty.
True.
Okay.
The more you pull people out of poverty, the more you reduce criminality. Then you can manage the other one. If all of us here don't know where the next meal will come from, I can tell you, nobody can control our behavior. Because if you keep bread here, before you look around, Nedu has carried this.
Why be saying that me carry?
Okay, so I agree with you for the things you've mentioned here. But there's also...
That is why it's fuel poverty, fuel prostitution.
True.
If you,
What is fueling poverty is
what-
fueling prostitution
No,
also.
That's the first job ever practiced because people have to use what they have to get what they want.
you say what is
That's
fueling?
the-
I need to hear it very well.
I said that even poverty will fuel prostitution
Okay.
Okay.
because people are hungry. You can't control their behavior. So you cannot say, hey, oh, she has to be a very decent woman in hunger. How? It's a human being. The same thing when you Nedu have not eaten. I went to one village, and I was traveling with my friend. Remember that? You know, when you're still in the village, they tie you with what you've stolen.
Yes,
and you're going around.
parade you around the village.
So I noticed that this man they were parading was well dressed. So I stopped. And I said, what happened? They said this man stole yam. And he was carrying the yam. So I asked him, the man was actually
Hungry.
a retired civil servant in that state who had been owed pension for several months. He's living with his children. He doesn't know what to do. So he went to the yam. So I said, how much is yam? Then I think it was about 2,000. So I said, okay, please stop. I gave the kids who were parading 20,000 naira. I said, please. And they were very, very happy, very excited to let him go. So I turned to the man and said, and I gave the man 50,000. The kid said, that the man in front of me, they didn't even allow me to go. They said this man, they catch for stealing, got 50, that the man should share that money with them into two. So that otherwise they wouldn't let him go. I had to increase their own to 50. And beg, they still shout, hey, this man stole. How can I give? And I told them the story of this man. And they said they too have kids. They too are hungry. Everybody here is hungry. So it became a crisis, me settling hungry people all over the place. By the time I knew it, I started this talk with about 10 people. Now, before I know it, I had about 200 people all over the place who are hungry because everybody now came and I started giving them 1,000 cure. And they were still looking at that man who sold and said his own is still plenty. They were still saying this is still got plenty and everything. What am I trying to say? This is where we have dreamed our society being reduced to.
Right.
Where people, so if that man had his pension, gratuity, everything, maybe, because you could see it.
You said, I mean, the same thing fuels prostitution. But prostitution, I mean, there are some girls that are hungry. They're not a chop. But regardless, they will not sell their body because they have morals.
I'm not saying, I said, remember what I said? I said,
hunger.
If all of us here don't know where the next meal will come,
Can do anything.
You won't control our
behavior.
True.
So we have different behaviors.
Do you know?
Some of us will say, okay, well, listen, I rather die of hunger. Some will say, okay, it is where God wants it. Some will say, no, I'm not going to die like that. So you can't control our behavior.
Do you not think our leaders weaponize poverty? The things they were supposed to do, they don't do it because they know that anytime we will come, may they not job, may they hungry, so that anytime we will come, if we give them 225,
people are easier to control when
they're easier to control when they're hungry.
Well, again, I don't entirely agree.
Okay.
Because it is one thing to say somebody is weaponizing poverty, but when you are the one who is encouraging it,
you're an accomplice.
who is celebrating it,
you're an accomplice.
You know, it's a victim-directed crime. You know, you can actually direct somebody to cheat you. You can say no to it. I'm not part of this. It shouldn't happen. This is wrong and everything. You can say it.
Do you know why I totally agree with you? I totally 150% agree with you. Because these same people that you claim are stealing your money, when they drive and come here, everybody will gather, hey, celebrating them.
You're calling them His Excellency.
And when you see them in church, you put them front seat.
Thank you. Everybody is celebrating. Okay, Nedu, this is the only country I know that we know she doesn't have a house. She doesn't have a car. And he comes and says, vote for me. I want to be whatever, councillor, local government chairman, whatever, and we vote for her. She turns around, builds the house, buys a new car, invite us for housewarming, and we come. And we are celebrating her, praying for her that God should give her more, replenish what she has. When we should actually call police
to investigate.
No, because we know where the money came from.
We know.
We're not not investigating.
Okay.
This is no investigation. This is actual red-handed.
Okay.
Because there has no such. The life is living has changed now. Okay. When he calls, chairman is coming. We go and celebrate with chairman, with money. Are we celebrating? We're celebrating the money. So the youths have to take responsibility. Let's change the society.
The way you were talking about it, you were so happy.
No, you know why? Because that brings me to my own question. Now, you are known for being quite frugal. We had a sit down with His Excellency Dr. Daniel Bwala, and he had a couple of things to say about your time as governor in Anambra. You know what? Let's just play it for you right here.
And he would always refer to Anambra. He said, I was in Anambra, I left safe, Kiriko. There's a system called asset and liability. When the man he handed the power came, and now explain how much liability they had. If you minus the liability from what he believed to be the saving, there's nothing on ground. This is called Pure 419.
My dad, don't waste.
Secondly,
There's another, this second part is actually
my guy, Pure 419.
second part.
My guy, now my guy.
The second one is the one that will shock you, sir. Peter Obi saved the money,
Okay.
but he saved the money in a bank to which he was a chairman at the time.
Hey, maybe this bank that he trusts, innit?
No, that's where he was making the money.
Okay, let me tell you. Ordinarily, I don't answer this type of
Yeah, true. True.
But because you brought it up, that's why I said. When I left office, and I want you to take it and go and verify it, I was not owing any salary that the state is supposed to pay. I was not owing any gratuity the state is supposed to pay. I was not owing any pension that the state is supposed to pay.
Yeah.
I was not owing any supplier that have delivered his goods.
Contract.
I was not owing any contractor that have executed it. If you see one, I stop campaigning to be anything. And I'll pay your bill to go to Anambra, all of you, and verify this. The man has never been to Anambra State. If you want, I live in Anambra State. As an ex-governor, I live in Onitsha. And I can tell you, let's go there tomorrow. And you can go and ask the people. You see, when people that's why I said I don't answer this type of characters. I just leave them because that's what they used for a living. What I told you now about prostitution and everything, that's just their job. You know, they just talk for the sake of talking. I've just told you, come to Anambra State. I will pay the bill. And you verify all these things I said. Nobody ever believed. Not even to say it's true. I left the money. I didn't steal it. Some other people left liability and stole the money. But I left the money. I never had pension. My House of Assembly people passed a law. A pension that is supposed to build me a house in Abuja and in Oka.
Yes, Katara.
Passed a law that I'm supposed to have a particular amount of vehicle every 4 years. A law that will allow me to have 6 housemates, 10 security.
Yes.
In all this, I refused to sign it into law. Since I left Anambra State, the state has not bought me a sachet of pure water.
Oh,
This
wow.
is my 12th year. So what is he talking about? I live there. My first flight tomorrow is going to Anambra State, tomorrow morning. And I live there, go and ask anybody. And I invite people to come. And I mean it. And go and ask them. Said I left liability. When I became governor, there was no government house. So there was no office of governor. It was burnt. There was no lodge.
Now you've said that to me.
Anambra had not had a secretariat. I can go on and on and on. I took education from Anambra being number 20 something to number 1. I built the fastest teaching hospital ever built in Nigeria. We have teaching hospital today because of my own intervention. I can go on and on. So what is he talking? He's never been there. And let me invite him there. Let's go to his village. And I am not, you use the word frugal. Yes. That is the purpose. Purpose of money is to be used for good causes.
True that. It's not just to
It
splash
is not
around.
for waste.
It's not for waste.
Every single month, even before I became governor, I've been involved in good works across the world.
Yeah.
I've been to every part of the world where there's problem in my life. While I was governor, I said it in my last thing.
Yeah.
I went to Jonathan and said I want to go to Haiti when they had earthquake.
Yeah, the earthquake there.
I remember him as I said, I've withdrawn my son. We're going there. We must go and help them to rebuild. That's what I do all my life. And go and read it every week. You must see me visiting hospital, visiting school, and visiting one tomorrow. And in each, I must spend 10 million naira. At least. That's the purpose of money. It's not for me to use it every week to go to one restaurant and be drinking.
To
and
impact
enjoy
Or to
positive
eat caviar.
change.
There's
No,
one.
no, I'm not against. Remember, I'm not against those who live it all.
Yeah.
But, to
But we all
impact
have
positive.
a life. I want to live a life of purpose. I went into
Adding
government.
value.
Was not a business for me. I want to change people's life. That's what I want to be in government for. So that when I leave, people can. You just said that I gave people 1 million. The school I visited on Saturday, the principal of that school was one of those that gave 1 million. And how did I start giving people 1 million? We had a budget in my office under my management. At the end of the year, we find out that there's a unutilized resources,
Left.
funds, because, for example, the budget for my travel, because I travel alone,
Yeah, you cut
was
down.
about 20%. There was no office of first lady. There was no this. And I said, listen, what are we going to do? Why don't we do this? Anybody who have a first class, let's give it. I was paying, when I was governor, I was paying anybody in Anambra State over 75 years that does not have a pension. In all the villages, I was giving them stipend, 5,000 a month. You can go and verify. I was paying for security, Time Union security. It can go on and on. And even told all the communities, I don't want you to give me gifts. Whatever you have for me, use it. So I visited everywhere. I went to all the communities. I went to all the secondary schools. Secondary school students had my phone number. So when people come and exaggerate, I'm not trying to tell you what is good for you to listen in television or in anything. No, I'm trying to tell you what can change a society.
You know, when okay, you wanted to ask a question.
Yeah, I was going to ask. So I just discovered that yesterday. Today makes it 19 years you were impeached as governor of Anambra State.
It's 19 years. Okay.
Yes, 19 years already. And that was a very trying time for you, since we're talking about Anambra and all of that. How did that make you feel, despite all the good work you were doing
it wasn't
at the time?
It wasn't a trying time for me. You know, I always talk about my impeachment, and I'm sure you must have listened to it in other places. I wasn't impeached. You know, it's like what we're talking about Nigerian and trying to bring a change. It was just like a driver who were busy carrying passengers that have since passed their destination.
Okay.
So what they needed to change, again, it was what I'm talking about, frugality and everything. Why was I impeached? Nigerians don't ask that question. Why was Peter Obi impeached? I was impeached for 3-4 items. Item number 1 was my office. In that I said before that I didn't have
government
Yes.
house. Yes.
because something happened and the government house was bought before I became governor. The governor's lodge was bought before I became governor. So that year there was a budget of 298 million naira to repair the office of the governor and furnish it. Everything I spent was for the 3,200,000,
Wow.
which is less than 20% of that amount.
I've heard that before.
They had given the job to somebody, maybe to Nedu, who was going to share the money with them.
Don't call him my name.
Okay.
Anything,
So
you now be calling my name as if if I saw that money now.
so they wanted to give the money. So that was it. That was number 1 item.
Okay.
They say I didn't do it through due process. I bought the things. The only thing I didn't buy new was the table. Because there was an old table used by a previous governor before my predecessor, who was kept somewhere, you know, under the sun. And I saw it and I said, this table is good. Just polish it, you know. You know what they do, they sandpaper.
Sandpaper it
I
and
said,
put
just
that
do
oil.
it and keep it. This table. I don't need to buy any new table. It's table. It's just for me to keep paper. And that's everything about me. Then number 2 item was my lodge.
Yes.
All to rebuild it and refurbish it was 486 million. I did everything with 81 million. Again, less than 20%.
Obviously.
You know, they were trying to buy chairs, they give it one name, this chair from Dubai, this chair,
the one that
leather
cost it,
chair, leather chair from this. I said, listen, what is leather chair? Leather chair is a chair covered by leather. There's no other thing.
Italian leather.
It doesn't matter whether I call it Obosi or Agulu leather.
Wow.
It's the chair, leather chair is the chair covered by leather. It doesn't matter what type of leather it is.
Yeah.
And I said to them, there must be a furniture maker in Oka. There must be somebody who can do those things in Anambra State. And I can tell the man who did it today had a very big factory.
Oh, wow.
So I said, let's look for the man. Oh, bed. They know, bed is bed. If you have reason why you cannot sleep, even if they put you in the best bed, you'll be awake. You have reason to sleep, you can sleep here.
I'm telling you, you go sit down and sleep safe. You can stay like this and sleep.
So that was my second item. Number 3 item was because I was saving money. From day 1, I said, this money that we are sharing today is coming from a diminishing assets. All this money we are sharing coming from oil. It's a diminishing asset.
True that.
It won't be there forever.
It's gone.
Today, the country with the highest amount of sovereign wealth fund is Norway. They now have over 1 point something trillion dollars. You know why? Norway refused to share the money coming from their own extraction, from oil, from everything. They said it's for the future of their children. We're the only country that I know that don't have savings for future. And that's why I said the young ones are not caring.
I didn't take that
You must
challenge.
save for tomorrow. So I said, we must save for children of Anambra State. So when we get money, let's save 5 to 10%. And that's what we started. To do that was a problem.
Now you now you stopped them from eating money now.
Another one which was even very visible was my travel allowance was under 20% utilized. Because I didn't find reason
To use it.
to be carrying 30 people, nobody invited for a meeting in Abuja for Mocha.
But as a governor, sir, you needed an entourage.
No. This is what some of the rascalities I'm talking that we must stop. You constitute a nuisance to the traveling public. Why do you need an entourage? What are they going to do for you?
Security to protect you,
One kill you.
drivers,
Are they,
bodyguards.
are they going to kill you on the air? Are they going to protect you on the air? Those things are some of the rascalities that we move around with. That makes, why don't you protect everybody in the society and you move freely?
Or give them food so that they don't have to have hunger need.
So all those things that we're doing is what we're doing. I'm not saying you don't need security. I move around with security. But they must not be in such a way that they constitute nuisance and huge cost
True.
to the society. So all those things were reasons why I was impeached. And because of it, I refused to do some of the things they were being asked to do. I said, no.
But the then speaker, Mr. Mike Ballon, was saying that you were now looking like you were state treasurer and, financier. You were controlling state expenditure too much, which is not what a governor should be doing. You should basically be overseeing and just allowing them to follow for the. You and I know what the due process is. You're just asking questions.
Actually, the leader should be all those things he's saying I shouldn't be. The greatest problem of Nigeria today is that we need managers of resources. That's what we're lacking. Because people have not created wealth, they don't know how to manage it. He said here, some people say, oh, he doesn't say spend money. He doesn't. My dear, spend money. I just told you now. Within this week, where today is Monday, I'm going to visit at least 3 to 4 health institutions. Each, I said it before, will cost me about 10 million.
For each one?
Yes. So if I have 40 million, my daughter, I'm sure you will buy. I will do a good party with it.
Yes, so.
Huh? Thank you.
So I want to ask one.
And then I can do every week.
40 million, 44 million. That's like 160 million every month.
Probably more.
Probably more than that.
Wow.
But what is important is that money is wrongly being used. It is not good to use money wrongly. Money must be used purposefully. It must be used for the interest of the society.
So what do you think
for the interest of humanity?
What do you think of the, I guess I could say, current regime's use of money?
Well, I think it's wrong. I'm not saying, and they have every reason to say so. People ask me, what would we have done differently?
Yeah.
I would have used money differently.
Right.
I would have used resources in critical areas of development. Primary healthcare. Today we've overtaken India in infant mortality. The reason why that India is 1.4 billion. India is about 7 times the population of Nigeria. But we've overtaken them in infant mortality.
Wow.
Today we live in a country with the highest number of poor people. How do I describe it? In the year 2000, both China and India, call it in the 90s, have more people living in poverty than Nigeria. Today, Nigeria have more people living in poverty than India and China combined.
Wow.
India and China is about 3 billion people. We are less than 10% of their population. But we have more people living in poverty. That is a crisis. That's why I said there must be something wrong here. Yeah, people are not complaining. They are complacent. They're not worried.
As long as it not touch them.
Yeah, we have education where people we've started with have achieved 90% literacy. You just said about life expectancy.
Yes.
We have the lowest, 54 years. Those we started with, you can Google countries, comparable countries like Indonesia, Bangladesh, all these, they are now above 65. We are 54. We're not worried. Our HD and human development does remaining low. We started with all these people that are now medium high. We remain where we are. And nobody's worried. Nobody's discussing it.
Nobody.
What they're discussing is Peter Obi not the give shish. What they're discussing is that this man have made a lot of people. What they're discussing is what did the person do? What they want to do is for me to go and pay some young people to be insulting people when they call me bad name or when they do this. I'm not in that. I don't do that. What they're discussing is for people to go and say, oh, when he was governor, there was no good drink. There was no good. No. You're manager of public resources.
Manager
and you
of
must
public
manage
resources.
it for the interest of the
Of the
society.
public, yeah.
What is it that the society desires? Use it for. It's
There's
not for your own.
There's a thing that the society desires is an answer. Now that answer is, a lot of people have asked me, Nedu, is your ask, sir, are you contesting for 2027 election? If yes, are you still a Labour Party or you have left Labour Party? Because we've been hearing coalition, nobody knows what's going on.
Today I'm a member of Labour Party.
Okay.
And I subscribe to coalition, ADC coalition for 2027 election.
Okay.
And I believe in it.
Okay.
But as much as I believe in it, I need to know the fundamentals that we all agree to respect.
Okay.
What are we going to do for the average Nigerian person?
Okay.
Because we are not different people. We are still part of the political class.
Yes.
Right? So it's not as if there were a bunch of new people.
Yes.
I respect all those who are leaders there.
Yes.
Of course, our chairman, David Mark, is one of those people I respect.
Yes.
And I believe has the political sagacity to lead the party.
Yes.
And so are so many others. We have there people like my own leader, Atiku, somebody I have all my respect for, whom I believe that good of Nigeria
Yes.
and wants the best for Nigeria and all that.
Okay.
But in all this, there's still some fine lines that we need to respect, where things must be done properly, where we must sit down and talk about where are we driving the country to. Because like I said, we are not new people. We're the same political class. So we must come with new idea that Nigerians will trust. We must come with new things, perspective. And we must try to see how we can give Nigeria the alternative that will come with competence, come with a character. We need a new driver.
Okay.
With competence, character, capacity, commitment, and compassion to drive these new vehicles. Because it's important. We can't just say, oh, we don't like what these people are doing, let them go. If they go, what is the alternative? We've done that in 2015, where they say, oh, let this man just go. And he went. Oh, 2023, let this man just go. So we now have to be clear. What are we getting? Can we trust those who are going to drive this vehicle, that are going to do what they're saying? Where have they said it before?
Okay.
Like somebody told you that I save money. Imagine if nobody did everything since this country started and saved all the money. What do you think we'll be doing now? We have plenty of money. Remember in the Bible that the man went and dug the money.
And he
And says he says his boss is wicked. And he told him that he would have saved the money to gain interest. I didn't save the money in the bank where I have interest. I put money in 3 banks. Diamond Bank, Access Bank, Fidelity Bank. So it wasn't in one bank. And guess what? The interest in those money, in the bonds of the dollars were written. So everybody knew what the interest is. The next time I'll come here, Nedu, remind me, I bring you the statement. And you see where the interest is written. It's money I would have taken and put in my pocket.
And nobody would have known.
No. Even if they know, I share it with other people as other people have done.
Due process.
No. I can say it now. If I had $150 million that I left, I left in 3 banks. These 3 banks, I said, in each, $50 million, 12 billion naira. So if I had taken that 6 billion, I would have used 6 to settle my way. If I had used $250 million, I would have used 10 to settle my way. And I'll be living today with posh houses in the best areas of Nigeria and nobody. And people will be happy with me.
Hold on. Sorry. So in the coalition, you said you're still a member of Labour as of today.
Yes.
And then you still subscribe to the coalition.
I believe that all oppositions should come together.
Okay. Now,
not just ADC.
Not just ADC.
I believe we should have other parties, whether it's Labour, whether it's PDP. We need to come together and be able to find a way we can work for Nigeria.
If that coming together requires, and you say, okay, you're coming together, there's Oga Atiku, there's former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, there's the former Senate President David Mark, there's everybody coming together. And you now, the thing they're putting in front of you shows that they are putting Nigeria first and they are not making you the flag bearer, would you still support it?
Well, it all depends. Nedu, I'm not desperate to be president of Nigeria. I'm desperate to see Nigeria work. I want to see what is it that they're offering.
Okay.
Today we have what we can say unsigned agreements.
Okay.
About the presidency.
Okay.
Unsigned agreements about rotation of offices.
Okay.
Which is why this person will come from here, this person will come from here. All those things needs to be organized. The reason why it needs to be organized is that if you don't do it, you create confusion for the future.
Yeah.
True. So it's not about today.
Yeah.
It's about the future. Yeah. So if we're going to do anything, let's look at the future. Let's not look at what is going to benefit us.
But the election is almost here, and you people have not agreed. So what time are you not going to agree?
Forget about, even if it takes us 1 week to agree. Nedu, if Nigerians want this country to change, we can make a change. It doesn't matter when we started. We can still start 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, 1 year to the election and be there.
And you think that is ample time enough to campaign and win an election?
We've done it in 2023.
But the opposition has been campaigning even from their 3rd month of entry.
Well, we are campaigning. What is the campaigning? What are they saying? Who is campaigning? Tell me who is campaigning today.
They are going door to door. You see
who is
them
campaigning? Where is campaigning? So noise making have become a campaign.
Creating visibility, buzz, conversation.
So
which visibility? What is that? Creating more confusion and more hunger, more. So that's it. You see what I'm telling? Because they're sharing more money, which is your money, which is impoverishing you further.
But do you think Nigeria is politically mature enough to handle a coalition without betrayal?
What do you mean by betrayal? What does betrayal mean?
Where people actually work.
They will agree to do something.
Like what you're saying, everybody actually agrees on what is going to happen.
And then somebody goes
instead
behind.
of somebody trying to create a backdoor deal and somebody trying to get ahead.
No. What is betrayal? There's no betrayal in it. That's why I said you have to check the character that you're entrusting to do the work.
The head.
It's a simple thing. We are thinking about you. We check your background. Where has it done these things? He's saying before. So if somebody comes and say, I manage money very in a manner that it will benefit the society. How has he managed his life? Where has he managed it before? There must be a reference.
True.
Which means that
where is the reference of all these things he's saying? How does he live his own life?
So
this is a personal.
So I mean, okay, Atiku, David Mark, that's the head of the party. Who else?
Rotimi
Amechi
is also there.
Is also there.
We have you.
So we have you. So which means, okay.
There's so many other people who are there. Please, there's so many other people.
No, of course,
it's not just us. There's so many other people who are there. And if I said, everybody can come together and decide.
Yeah.
This is the way things are going to go.
Okay.
You know, even if we have different parties, it's still the same thing. Let me tell you, Nigeria can have 10 parties and still produce a president. It is the people
that decides.
Yeah. So until the people understand that they are the power, they are the ones. But I can tell you that today, if we decide to conduct the election in this room, the winner might be the worst in us. Because he knows the mindset of everybody here. Now, when he comes in and say, vote for me, I'll give you 1 million. First for me, and I'm here saying we need to build a health facility. We need the schools to work. As far as you're concerned, you don't want the school to work. But you're the main person complaining about school not working. But you've collected the money
that is meant to for the school
to work. So what is the person going to offer you again?
So do we? Jesus Christ! Which means the way I'm looking at this thing and understanding all you're saying, in as much as we have a leadership problem, the major problem is the people and the fellowship problem.
It's the people. They are the ones who can decide to change society. Because we have 93 million registered voters. About 93 million. The entire political class is not up to 3 million. So how can 3 million be manipulating 90 million people? It's because those 90 million people are worse than those 3 million. They're actually thinking like them.
Okay.
So for them, it is an opportunity. Let these people chop their own. When it's my turn, I'll chop my own. That's why you even have people in your station who is talking about a man who saved money. Because he knows you can't go and investigate. That the man came and said he had liability. That's why, which liability did he meet? I kept 3 months' salary. These are things that are there. Which liability did the man say he saw? Said it's for one hand, he laughs, and the people say, oh, these are people who have never done anything in their life, apart from living off a life of confusion. And it's happening here because of the quality of leadership we have. Nedu never paid anybody 1 naira to call anybody bad name for 1 day. If you want to criticize me, I want to hear bad news. Because everybody cannot tell you
good thing about you.
True.
Then there's something wrong.
True.
Okay.
True.
There must be somebody who can point at you and say, you're not doing the right thing.
True.
I want to hear that. I said it last time I met you. I told you, I was able to clear my gratuity and pension because I met an 80-year-old woman, Miss Cindy Bay, who came to where I was worshiping in church and said to me, leave the church.
Wow.
God will not hear your prayers. I'm being owed gratuity and pension since I retired. And you're here.
What are you praying for?
And I said, Mama, can I come to your house? He said, don't come to my house. Go and pay me. And in the evening, I went to her house.
You as a governor went to visit her?
Yes, I said, find me this woman's house. And I went to her house. She wasn't expecting me. And I came in there and he said, I told you not to come. And I said, Mama, how can't I come? Look at what you told me. And we sat down. He said to me, if I had known you were coming, I would have cooked, I would have done this, I would have done that. I said, don't worry. He said, look at, I wasn't prepared. Look at it, I'm just eating corn. I said, Ma, we'll eat this corn with you. So I took the corn, ate with her. And she told me something that it was so very, 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 very sad. When he finished, and I say it every day, anybody who is owing gratuity and pension, there's something wrong with the person. Because you're owing people a difficult time of their age and when they have less opportunity. So I said, Mama, I'm going to clear it. And I'm happy that I paid off 30-something billion of gratuity and pension before I left.
Okay.
I wasn't owing anybody.
I love that.
That's why I said, come to the state today.
Come and see it.
Go and verify from people. I was paying people a pension. I was paying them a gratuity. I provided all the schools with lab, with computer, with internet, with buses. No state had the entire secondary school 400-500 with buses. No state in Nigeria. HP is still there. I don't know what has happened yesterday, but till 2020, we bought the highest number of laptops for HP, 30,000. They're still there. Can go and ask you stand. Go and ask Nigerian, let me remember, we're the only state who have internet in our school. Go to Microsoft, ask them. We have Microsoft Academy in all our secondary schools. These are things you can verify in Lagos. They are not rocket science. The schools are still there. I still visit them. So when I say I build the fastest teaching hospital, it is not. It's not my hospital. It's there. The hospitals are supported. Boromir and Iyen are not teaching hospitals. So what are people talking? The nursing schools which are supported are all there. You can go and see them. I'm going to visit. I visited one last week on Saturday. I'm going to visit 3 this week. So they are there. They're not rocket science. They're not in foreign land. They're here.
The proof is in
the banks where I left the money are all here.
Okay, so with
the other people would have put their money in the bank. And since they didn't do any work, they leave the money and leave the liability. Now I would have taken the money and solved the liability.
You've spoken about corruption a great deal. And we've also spoken about characters and the characters of those in leadership. If the opportunity presented itself whereby somebody in your own coalition was corrupt, would you expose them?
Well, let me tell you about corruption. People think it's difficult to fight, or people think is this. Let me tell you, one of the easiest things to fight is corruption.
And we never fit winner.
Why do you say that, sir?
If you're not stealing, your wife is not stealing, your children are not. You reduce it by 50%. Quote me anywhere. I've been a governor. It means I will sign what you will steal now. So what are you going to steal? The governor or the president approves the bill. So if my own is not there, who is going to put his own? I've left Anambra State over 12 years now. Go and show me those corrupt monies that are missing in the state coffers. It's me who you said someone said I'm a treasurer. I know our banks, I know the balances. In fact, I tell the accountant general when I'm signing bill where to get the money to pay. He will even say, okay, I know you know the balance. I have the figures in my head. So what are you going to steal? Why are you stealing public money? It's me who arranges how to do this and everything. So we started, when we came into office, we tried to do a bit of planning. And when we finished planning, we found out that we need to shut down certain areas in order to get money to run the state. I shut down, for example, Office of First Lady.
True.
Because nobody voted for my wife. And I didn't need that additional confusion. We're together. But it had a huge cost on the state because they had advisors and a convoy. We shut down.
But women have to be recognized.
No, it's not because of women. We have Ministry of Women Affairs, which is dealing with that one. Nice. That the other one is wife of the governor.
Yes.
We don't need to. That's why I said we don't need additional confusion.
Yes.
It's an additional confusion. We have a ministry dealing with women. We don't have Ministry of Men Affairs. But we have a Ministry of Women Affairs, which is enough to deal with women problem. And I can tell you, we shut down Abuja Governor's Lodge. My predecessor bought it for over 1 billion. Very lovely building, well furnished. It was costing us huge money. We had almost 80 people working there. But governor of Anambra State have no reason to have a house in Abuja.
Because you don't live in Abuja, innit?
I said, no, there was no reason for that. We had guest houses in Alka. And I said, no, there's no guest. Any guest that comes to see me can stay in a hotel because I don't have guests that I need. And every guest, I must know what you're bringing to the state to even keep you in a hotel. So it's not just guests, it's public money. We have to question every need and what we're doing. And we went on in different areas of cost. We can't afford this. We can afford this. We can afford this. We used to have a fuel dump with this. And I said, no. We don't need it. We find out a long convoy of about 18 vehicles where almost 10 of them are or more are empty. So we said, no. We can't just fuel and be running around with it. Quite an ambulance following the governor, but there's no ambulance in the hospital. But hey, wait a minute. They said, so if the governor has an accident, they call an ambulance in the hospital. It's meant for everybody. We had a government health clinic, which are shut down because from my house to the general hospital or the teaching hospital, it's not up to 10 minutes.
Did you ever use a general hospital as governor?
Yeah, why not?
As the governor of the state?
I shut down the government. We have government house clinic, which, like I said, it wasn't necessary. We used to have like 3 doctors. I don't remember the numbers now, but I said, no, everybody should just go. If I have any reason, I go there. It doesn't make any difference because when Boris Johnson had COVID, where did they take him to? They took him to where they would take
the common citizens.
Where they take
baby
lawyer, where they take baby, where they take Nedu. He's a citizen of a country. So there was no difference between, we're all children of God. We are one. So people must do things. There was no difference between me. Nobody will ever tell you, as governor, I was being pushed when I flew around the country, whether it's in any way I can, any way that is possible. But if Anambra is going to pay, we paid with economic class tickets around the country. If it's something that's going to take about up to 5 hours, I flew business class. And it has to be everybody. We work together as a family. I was moving around with my commissioners in boss, in everything. My first tenure for 4 years, all I drove was 406 for the first 4 years. Because we didn't have money then. When I got there, our judges don't have car, our magistrates do not have car, our permanent secretaries do not have car, our directors do not have car. One asked all of them. I was the first to buy cars for our permanent secretaries, head of service. I was the first to buy a brand new car for our judges, our magistrates, our directors. So in order to have more, I cannot afford to start buying sophisticated vehicles, bulletproof cars in the first 4 years. By the second 4 years, I moved it where I was driving a Prado and everything and all that. Because we needed to accommodate other people. We needed to do things differently. So it wasn't a situation where you have to have all sorts of luxury.
I'm thinking, I haven't seen any politician that's like you.
Yes.
There's
Why not?
And in my head, I'm thinking, because sometimes if I ask a question, I ask that question in my head before I now ask it out. I'm like, there's no politician like this.
There will be somewhere.
Do you think you've been like this is as a result of your upbringing, family upbringing, or what? And if it is your family upbringing, why you busy? What the families they do now? Because plenty people where they ground now, everybody just everybody wants to chop. Everybody want to chop their own too.
No, to see this way, Nedu, what is unexamined life is not worth living. I'm not against what people are doing. But remember what I just told you, a story of a young man that I just changed.
Yes.
What we would have eaten outside with $100 was the most sophisticated food. Because we didn't eat it, we don't know the taste, but it was looking nice. Right? But we had something free and we could save the money. It's something that goes with, it's about personal life.
Yeah.
It's how I've lived my life. Like I said, today is a coincidence. Somebody called me and said, I have a school of nursing. We're about to start, but we have this issue. It will cost us this much. I can tell you, she was there when it happened. And I said, okay, I'm going to come tomorrow. For me, when I asked, so what is your population? He said, there are 200. So I have 200 people that could be a nurse, saving life. And I probably have 5 or 10 million, which I can also use wrongly.
Okay.
What did I use it for these 200 people? So for the same thing goes when I was in school. Like I said, every senior prefect had my phone number. Nedu, when I was 50, I said this every day. I was governor. I would have been governor at 40. I was in court for 3 years. When I was 50, I had a birthday. One of the institutions I served, I was a director in about 8 companies before I became governor. One of them said, I'm going to build a house for you. Because I don't have a house in my village. I have a house in Onitsha.
Till now?
Yes, I'm going to go to my village. I don't have to have houses all over the place. They don't have a house in Abuja. I have a rented place in Lagos.
You are living in rent in Lagos.
Yes, yes, yes.
A PO.
Yes, I have a rented place in Lagos. She saw me today playing with my landlord. Very fast. He came and said, yes. I have.
Peter Obi has a landlord.
You have a landlord. Wait.
Peter Obi has a landlord.
Let's announce it on the Clarity Zone podcast.
No, you don't need to
Leave
announce
him.
it.
There's a reason.
No, you don't need to announce it. What I'm saying is, I have a landlord.
Nice.
Right? My wife, for example, because we share every year, if we have small money, we share. My wife feels she wants to buy a land and build it. But I have a house in my name, built by me in Onitsha. And I enjoy the house. So I will invite you. One day you come and see it. The only difference is that I live in a small corner of it. Because my wife, women, she wanted to build something big, and it was big.
Okay.
But I told her I want to live in one small corner so I can enjoy it. I can't live with the house help.
Yeah.
I don't have one. Because I want to get up, do my little
Exercise with
maybe
work.
cooking, doing this, and then clean my environment and everything.
So Peter Obi cooks and cleans?
Yes, I do. And I serve everybody that comes to my house. The day you come, it's me who will give you food.
Wow.
They know they're laughing because it's me who gives the food.
Sir, I'm curious. If you
Yes.
weren't in politics, what do you think you'd be doing?
He's a businessman already.
I was a businessman. I come to work in the morning. I go to companies. I was chairman, like somebody who told you I was chairman of a bank. He didn't say I'm the owner of the bank. No, I was chairman. And I was chairing companies. And I go into it and I meet people who are working from gate man to everybody. They know that I greet from gate man. And people will say to me, oh, I said, no. If that gate man is not in the gate, who will be there? So the gate man is as important as the CEO.
Okay.
Everybody has his own role
To play.
to play. And you must respect it.
Yeah.
When I lived in Lagos, in those days I used to trade, My closest friend in the evening is my gate man. Yes. When I come back in the evening, I sit down with my gate man, Elijah. We talk because he knows what is happening in all the neighborhood. He tells me the story of the neighborhood.
Which you're not aware about.
When I'm out, he's the one who is there knowing
what is going on. Is the CCTV.
Who does this? Who does that? Who is careless? So when I come, we sit down.
Download the gist.
I drink one alcohol, and he drinks the same thing. So I said, go and buy 2 bottles.
So take for countdown.
So we're talking, and he will tell me everything Nedu is doing in his house.
I don't know why you keep calling me.
Because he knows. So you must have some people. You must work with people. He was a good gate man. Most people I came to in Lagos, some of them who did well are rich now. I always show somebody who is my house help, is built upstairs. Because if somebody comes to your place as a gate man and go as a gate man, you failed.
Yep.
Wow.
You must create people. Somebody said, oh, Peter Obi built 200. They say he built about 200 shops I'm sure you've read it somewhere. Somebody's doing an interview and said, I built 200 shops recently when I went to trade fair.
Okay.
Yes, but I don't own one of the shops. Other people own it. But I built it because I'm a human being. God did not create anybody poor. It is for us to make them comfortable. The people who work with me are doing well. I ask anybody around me every day, what can I do to help you?
You have never asked me that question. How many years now?
No.
You have never.
So I think you should actually ask 3 of us.
You have never asked me that question.
It will be bad though. It will be bad.
Nedu, how can I do to help you?
Nedu.
Just ask us how you can help
It's another thing you tell me.
When I see with these big women, I think
young ladies, we are young
Can I
ladies.
help her hear you?
not you.
No, the one he's talking about the ones in my street.
If you
Okay,
see
he's
them,
kids.
You don't need help.
you know that if you give him money, they'll take it from you.
I want to ask you a question. What is going on right now is military base or no military base, Christian killing in Nigeria. Donald Trump saying, "Oh, Nigeria, I'm not happy with you. I'm gonna woo everybody." What do you have to say about those things?
Well, my own. I'm sure you read my.
Yeah, I saw
tweets.
it. Yeah.
My position in it is that this is a country. Donald Trump spoke as the president of a country, and I think our president should engage him.
Okay.
Maybe America is a sophisticated country.
Yes.
Maybe there's something they know we don't know. Me and you are not seeing what made him to take that decision. I personally will engage. If I was president, I will engage him.
Okay.
If what he's saying is happening, help us. If it's not happening, help us. Because we actually have insecurity problem. Serious one that is devastating us. Why don't we engage? It's not for to be calling any paid tout to be replying. It's the whatever. It's not every street person in America that said it.
Yeah.
It was said by a president of the biggest country in the world, number 1 country.
Yes.
I will engage him. I will plead with him. I will even ask to visit him. So he can guide. So we can work together.
But the country that they've helped are still suffering it.
No,
Libya.
No, it doesn't matter. No, they didn't help Libya. You see, in politics, in life, Nedu said, don't be scared of bad news. engage, consult, discuss. That is what his life is all about. Nedu, somebody can call you a thief. The first is to examine yourself. Am I a thief?
Mm-hmm.
If by the time you check you've not stolen anything, you can talk and say, baby lawyer, why did you call me a thief? Somebody said something recently, I'm suing somebody because he called me names. It's not true. I'm doing so because the person said I bribed him. Nedu, I'm not gifted to giving. I have allergy for money being wrongly spent. I don't give people money. If you go to my wife now and say, I gave you money, the first thing we ask you, what did you do for him? If you tell him he did nothing, say, it's not my husband. He only pay for services. Everybody knows that. Nedu, I can only give you money if there's a service provided. I can't just give you money. So I'm not somebody, I can talk with you here and buy you dinner. But I cannot just see you on the road and say, oh, this. No. I can't have allergy for doing that. Because there's money, people who need it in my village.
But I'm in your village now.
What is no.
Which village?
Leave this agenda.
No, what I'm saying, which
No,
service?
I know.
I'm
I'm just.
So it is important that people understand money has a purpose. Life has a purpose. What are you living for? Unfortunately, I live in a society that doesn't value purpose, that doesn't use reason in what they're doing. If they do, we won't be where we are. Things will be different. So when Donald Trump makes a comment, what we're supposed to do is to sit down as a nation, call the leaders together, because we're a country. His statement is about our country. We should come together as a family. When somebody says, your family are bad family, I'm going to deal with your family, you call your family and say, this person said this about us. Let's examine ourselves first. Let's ask ourselves questions and respond as a family. Oh, we are not as bad as you think. Or if it is happening, we are trying to settle it. We are trying to sort it out. Is there any way you can help us to settle it? It is not for any. Even some people say, oh, Peter Obi should respond. How? What am I responding for? What is my purpose in it? Peter Obi is a citizen of Nigeria. If I was president, I would invite even other party leaders. Together we sit down and find a response. We are not behaving as organized people. We should be organized. We have Ministry of Foreign Affairs, tall building, with all sorts of capacity. They should come together, put their thinking cap, and say, this is how we are going to respond. It is not for any small person to be tweeting and even calling names. No. Organization, critical.
Okay, so with this, I just have one question about still on insecurity. Is there a genocide happening in Nigeria or not? Because that was clearly what Donald Trump stated.
How will I know? I don't get security reports of what happens in Nigeria. That is written to the president. I have been around and seen IDP camps.
Okay.
I'm not a military person. As I said, the man who made the statement is reading a statement I don't know about.
Yeah.
Right.
The people he made it to, that's why there's a need for consultation. So don't go and say, somebody said, you're doing this wrong. And start shouting. No, which is what Nigerians do. Oh, no. You did this. Let me give you an example. Recently, when I said they should stop demolishing people's house across Nigeria, people started shouting, "Oh, Peter Obi, he's always trying to take advantage. He's always." I said, even if, remember what I said? There's a time to take. I've been in a position where people demolish something. As governor of Anambra State, I said, if your house is used for kidnapping,
we demolish it.
Okay.
And go and check. All the houses we demolished were for that purpose. Okay. Number 2, if your house is built on, say, a road without approval, if you have your approval, we'll give you alternative. We talk to people. You can't just come and this was when Nigeria was still a bit okay. Today, we're demolishing people's house at the most difficult time of people's life. We already have hundreds of millions of people in poverty, and we are throwing more into poverty. And you go to some of the places that were demolished, they're not being used for anything tomorrow. So it's not as if there was so urgent hospital we are trying to build.
Do something
so
there.
if we don't move, baby lawyers, we can't build this hospital. They just demolish it for one big man to come and take it over again. What for? How many property do you need in your life? You are asking me owning property. How many property do I need in my life? How many do I need?
But this Donald Trump thing that he's saying, America, they know this thing. This me genocide. It's been happening for 15 years. Why now? Why not talk since? He was the president before. He now come back now. All of a sudden now, we are gonna come and
rescue the Christians.
That is why I said engagement.
So there must be a reason why.
Consultation, because if we go into it, you can even prove to somebody and say, this is not happening, or it's happening, or whatever we can do to make it work. Simple. It's not something that anybody. We must learn to consult. I have a election in my state in 1 week, and people say, "Oh, Peter, you're not too involved, or you're not this." For me, it's about discussion.
So there was something that you said earlier that I want to revisit, still on this topic of insecurity. Granted, the U.S. intelligence is sophisticated, but I also know that Nigerian intelligence is also sophisticated. You mentioned that, whether there's an insecurity problem, U.S. help us. Whether there's not, U.S. help us. So I wanted to ask you, with that being said, in Nigeria, are you saying that we cannot deal with our own insecurity without outside help?
Is it not obvious? I just asked you a question. You are seeing you're already in one of the most insecure country of the world. You can Google it. You're already there. Just like you said, can't I solve my problem of poverty without being helped? No. There's nothing. He's not being helped. There's nothing wrong in saying somebody help me. If I'm not getting it right. People do that.
I asked that because
even in sophisticated world, let me tell you, UK went to Canada to hire a governor of Bank of England. So many of our nurses are employed today in the UK. In the past 1 year, 3 people who work for me have left to go there. Our doctors are there. Does it mean UK cannot live without our doctors? No, if you have a shortage of something or you have a difficult, you ask somebody to help you. There's nothing wrong in it. That's it. Everybody in life needs help. Everybody. Anybody who says he doesn't need help or doesn't need guidance or doesn't want to learn should not exist.
One last question, sir. One last question. A lot of things happened 2023 elections. Visibly, the youths were deflated because everybody felt, oh, we voted and this and that, and now election is coming up again. This question I'm going to ask, even if I know the answer. Why should we again trust in the system to vote, and also why should we also trust you that we're voting for?
Okay. Number one, why should we trust the system?
Yes.
Because we can change the system. If you have power to change something, you should trust it. Because you have the power to change it. It should not be deflected. The reason why we were deflected is that it's the same quick syndrome we're suffering. If I don't get it today, I won't try tomorrow. I must get it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nedu, change is not overnight.
It's not.
It takes time.
Yes.
And if you don't get it the first time, it doesn't call for destruction.
Yeah.
You go for it again in a more organized, forceful manner. Right?
Yes.
Remember, those you're trying to change are not going to just stay
And allow you
say,
to
come and change us.
Yes. Yes.
So it is for you to now say, what we did before, we'll do it again, and this time we'll stand firm. You count that vote. You must.
Okay.
Why will you trust me? Nedu, everything I've said, go and verify. Whatever I've presented, I'm not saying I'm a saint. I've told you where I was born. I've told you about my schools.
Yes.
I've told you about where I've been.
Businesses.
I've told you businesses I've done. I've done everything. Nobody will ever say, I've cheated him. I took his money. I did this and everything. When I say here, I have no house. The law passed to build a house for me in Noka. And I said, no. I told you how somebody came when I was 50 and said, he's going to build a house in my village for me. I said, how much will it cost? He said, it's 120 million. I showed him 3 schools with that dormitory. And he built in each 40 million worth of dormitory. I said, these are the people who need a house, where to sleep. That's my dormitory. Somebody wanted to buy me a watch. The school that he bought Costa, I'm still using the Costa today. I said, the exact money this watch will cost is a Costa, and this school needs Costa, and I don't need to wear a watch because the purpose of watch is time. And everywhere is showing me time now, so I don't need to wear another thing in my hand. Now is this. So, buy school, this school needs watch. And that person said he would do party for us to celebrate it. He gave me bill, and I told him that will buy 200 laptops, and he bought it. And I can show you the schools where he went to. They needed more than that party. We would have gone that night as governor, government house, drinking. In the morning, the schools will still be without laptops.
True.
And that thing we enjoyed
It's gone.
comes to nothing.
Yes.
You know? Which I'm not saying those who do it is wrong. Nedu, I used to be a businessman selling even drinks. Go and ask them in my days. I was one of those controlling drink business.
You get what you
I don't drink. I drink only one alcohol.
This one alcohol, you don't drink. You don't talk the name of this one alcohol. Why drink with the security?
You drink stout. That's all.
And I drink once a week. Just at the end, like on Saturdays and since I drink in my house one bottle.
That come on, they go cross leg like this, the fan. Now I'm gonna make glass. You get the front now.
That's quite
with the granite.
Peacefully in a peace.
Thank you very much.
That's what I'm doing. I'm going home now. Like I said, we have election this week.
Yes.
So we're going to have, just hope that, again, just like what we're saying, Anambra people to vote in a free, fair, credible election. It doesn't matter what they do. I'm in Labour Party, for example. I'm supporting Labour Party candidates. But anybody is free to vote for anybody you want to vote for. All the contestants are my friends. All of them. They're my colleagues, they're my friends. Whoever them that becomes governor tomorrow. I'm not, people say to me, oh, you're not passing. I'm not contesting governor of Anambra State. Mm-hmm. I'm contesting president of Nigeria. It's two different levels. Yeah. This is a Division 1 league. Yes. I leave those who are playing at that league to play.
And you're in Champions League.
Thank you.
I want to say thank you to His Excellency Peter Gregory Obi, my own Oga. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for coming. This is also a message to all the youth in Nigeria. Like he said, in as much as we have leadership problem, see, the crux of the problem is us, the people. There's a picture that I used to see where is this side, this side, this side, four people crouching, and there's a board, a chessboard on top of it, and a leader with a fat tummy here is playing the game using you bent down as the stuff, the stool. The game will stop if you stand up. Think about it. When we are clamoring for change, you day road, they drive. One car is going this way, one car is coming this way. You leave this way that you're supposed to go. You enter this road and block the cars that are coming there. You are part of the problem. You go to the ministry, you are shouting leadership, oh, our leadership, but you collect bribe to do a job the government is paying you for. You are part of the problem. Person day market, something is supposed to be 100 naira, but because you feel say the dollar don't go up, you add 1,000 naira to the RAM. You are part of the problem. If we start telling ourselves the truth, just like he said, if Donald Trump say, see what in day, we self go check ourselves, he did or he didn't day. Don't stand up. Be the change that you seek. Election is coming again. Let's not repeat our mistakes.
And it's moving closer.
And it's moving closer by the day. See, don't be all about. If I ask you now, what is the name of our information minister? You don't know. But you know, no disrespect to the name I'm about to call. You know Pella. You know Jarvis. You know Burna Boy. You know Wizkid. You know all their birthdays. But if I ask you what is the birthday of your information minister, you don't even know his name, let alone knowing his birthday. What is his job? What has he done since he got into government? You don't know. Who is the minister for solid minerals? You have no idea. Who is the minister for aviation? You probably have no idea. And you expect a change. How is it going to come? And let me tell you something you don't understand. These people allow you to do what you're doing, distract yourself.
Of course.
While they do what they're doing.
To gain all they can.
Yeah. And I get irritated. I get so flippin' irritated when I hear people who even go to school say, hey, do you leave us? So this social media now, where will it take settle our head? No, that's the problem. Peter Obi mentioned here. Where is the economy that has the highest billionaires and millionaires? China. Go their social medium. You will not see anybody twerking. What you are going to see on their social media is innovation. You enter inside room, person carry slippers, put for somewhere, something do and shut up. You come on phone, you put on there, the thing clean up. That is what you see. What you see, you become. When this person sees it, this person wants to think, oh, how am I going to make this better? They try and make it better. By that way, they're empowering themselves and also making the society and the economy better by extension. But everybody in Nigeria wants to be an influencer. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.
Good night.